No time to waste, this video will be long. Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl have been out for almost 2 months now, but a lot of people may still need reasons to buy or avoid the game. So today I'll be giving my personal review on Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. Now I know I'm probably not the most unbiased person when talking about a Pokemon company, so what I'm going to do is to review the games in 3 different parts. The first one as a standalone game, not taking into consideration any other Pokemon or remake. The second will be talking about the game and its place in the mainline games in the Pokemon franchise. And the last one will be about the game as a Pokemon remake. So, let's begin! You are a 10-year-old child who's been given a Pokemon, an amazing creature with impressive powers, and you and your partner are tasked with traveling into the Sinnoh region and completing the Champion Challenge. A challenge in which a trainer must defeat specialized trainers known as gym leaders. These trainers have strong Pokemon and are the bosses of the game. However, while traveling into the Sinnoh region, a lot of strange people are seen taking both items and Pokemon from the trainers all around the region. And talking about a great project, so you as a protagonist must stop them while still trying to complete the challenges and goals that you find along the way. The story is pretty simple in paper, but it gets really repetitive on occasion, making you backtrack to other parts of the map just to deliver items or to talk to a certain NPC. And while there are occasions in which backtracking feels natural and really fun, many of the worst moments come from doing these repetitive deliveries that make the story feel like a fetch quest that drags forever. Needless to say, it feels like an outdated story. As I stated, these games are traditional turn-based RPGs, with the twist of being able to capture every wild Pokemon that you find, adding them into your team and training them. Every Pokemon has its unique quirks, like moves, types, stats, and abilities, and after reaching certain levels or under certain conditions, a Pokemon can evolve and become a stronger version of itself. Along with them, there are certain Pokemon that can only be acquired once in the game, and sometimes they may even be a different color. These games also have a mechanic called the Grand Underground. I'll talk about it a little bit later. A place where special Pokemon may appear at different or higher levels. In here, you can also excavate certain spots in order to gain special items. The mechanics of these games are properly implemented in the game most of the time. However, a lot of the problems do arise at times, like the fact that certain specialized trainers don't even use their respective typing in their teams, or some of them just use really obnoxious tactics to try to win. Not only that, but the game does feel really slow after some time, being that it is generally too easy. Not surprising coming from a game aimed at kids, I know. But it feels incongruent at times, being that there are certain battles that are really hard, and their inconsistencies affect many parts of the story as well. In general, it's an RPG for kids that works pretty well as an introduction to the style of games, but offers very little to people older than the target audience, especially compared with other great RPGs in the market right now. The main problem is that the execution of its great mechanics feels instantly outdated, with very obnoxious writing problems and a world that feels disjointed at times, with a story that's very simple and repetitive in objectives. I would give the game a 7.5 out of 10. It's a good game, play it once, it'll entertain the kids for a time. But with only an extra hour after the story ends, the games quickly run out of things to do. This has been one of the most disappointed games that ever came out of the Pokemon Company. And in my opinion, they were the most disappointing mainline games. Now, I would not say that they were bad games. If we look at every single Pokemon game out there, they are certainly not the worst, but they are as far from being the best. The games take a lot of steps back instead of forward and become something that really is extremely offensive. Now, why would I say this? A lot of the best mechanics that were added after this game came out were completely ignored. TM breaks again, every Pokemon after Gen 4 is gone, no interaction with your Pokemon exists, no transformation mechanics inside, and if it was not enough, some of the worst mechanics that sparked a lot of conversation came back, like not being able to turn off the XP share, broken friendship buffs, and a fuck ton of logical errors. Listen, I know that living up to the hype it's impossible, and that Game Freak tried their best in the past to keep up. But look at what happened. When we asked for Megas back, we got G-Max Pokemon with great designs and really cool moves. We asked for Pokemon to follow us again in the main series game, and they gave us, well, just that, but in this piece of shit. Before actually giving us Pokemon back in Sword and Shield. I get how tired they must feel, but that's why having a different studio taking care of the mainline games was such a great opportunity. A new team to start fresh, the project, the fabled 4th Gen remakes, tech, the Nintendo Switch, a console portable hybrid, and 15 years of hindsight and comments from the fans. They had the info, they had the blueprint, they had the chance, and the best of all things, they had the occasion, the 25th anniversary of Pokemon. And what did they do? They didn't even try. At least that's how it feels. Megas or G-Max? Nope. How about improvements over previous games? Nope. In fact, let's make mistakes that they were already fixed. And the game itself? Exactly the same as it was in 2006. No joke, this is not even a remake, it's a fucking HD port of the game. Awful slog of story, all the same mistakes, all the same problems that the fan respectfully pointed out 15 years ago, and some of them that were so bad that the community actively mocked them. And okay, I know, no hype this big can be reached, but at least Game Freak always tried. Not always succeeding, but at least they tried. ALCA just went for the paychecks and left, not caring at all about all the opportunities they took from us. I would still give this game something like a 6 out of 10, but then came the fuck ton of bugs. Bugs that were really heavy and problematic even after a day one patch that was 3 gigabytes. Mind you, the game is around 7 gigabytes. Not only that, but they were pretty stupid errors. Clicking 2 times the accept button opens 2 different menus, allowing you to royally fuck the game up in ways that seem pretty impressive. Getting stuck on a logical puzzle because you forgot that diagonal movement was a thing? I don't mean to discredit the company or anything, they have helped in bringing really incredible games, but talking about their projects where they were the lead creators, well, they have near to nothing in experience and it really shows. So in the end, I would personally give the games a 5 out of 10. I finished one of them, almost 50 hours on record, completed the campaign, the boss game, the 3rd rematch against Cynthia, and this game has absolutely nothing more that I can do in it. Oh yeah, 50 hours seem like a lot, but check this out. These are the hours that I usually put into this type of game, into every single Pokemon game. And in all of this, I still have a lot of things to do. The worst one. No surprise there. Look, every single remake to date have brought new and amazing things into the game. Number 1, an update to the National Pokédex. In every remake, the Pokédex had all the newly introduced Pokémon that were implemented. Sword and Shield was criticized for removing a lot of Pokémons in the National Pokédex when they came out, only to bring some of them back in the DLCs. Now, the DLCs also brought a patch that allowed people without the DLC to still have the Pokémon. So in theory, you could have this Pokémon just by paying a normal game. This will net you roughly 650 out of 901 Pokemon, and a fuck ton of controversy. Oh, and a hashtag. What about Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl? Well, you pay full price and it nets you 493 Pokemon. Almost 157 Pokemon less. That's an entire original generation's worth of Pokemon. But in reality it's not that bad. It's worse, because it's effectively 4 generations worth of Pokemon, or half the generations gone. That's a Thanos snap. New gimmick implemented? Well, Fire Red and Leaf Green had the whole new wireless connection, objects and abilities on an older game. Heart Gold and Soul Silver, often considered the best of the best, still have a lot of flaws that these games had, but they use the extra sprays on the cartridge to add a lot more details previously impossible and added a lot of network interaction that Gen 2 could only dream of. Auras had the fucking megas, goddammit. But also petting, EV training with minigames and a new type, oh yeah, and 3D graphics for the entire game. All of these were out. So Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl had to think and come up with something to make them special among its peers, because it could not be the first one to have 3D graphics. Or internet, hell, it could not even say that it was the first Pokemon game on Switch. So it had to have something really special, but it didn't. Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl feel like the guy at a reunion party that looks, acts and thinks exactly the same as they did in high school, while everyone else already had their lives together. It's a black sheep of the family, and though it keeps a lot of quality of life improvements that other games before it had, it's too little too late. The best new items are locked behind a 15-year-old battle point system, while its neighbor has a new and improved battle point system. His HMs are used by rented Pokemon like the guy downtown, but his TMs still break because he could not copy everything correctly. And in the end, it feels just like that. You can see and know how much of a train wreck its life is and how he made the worst decisions possible. As a remake, I'm inclined to give this game say 5 out of 10 too. But then I remember all the bugs and all the missed opportunities, and then I get the urge to give it a 4 out of 10. However, my final score as a remake, it must be a 6 out of 10. Just for one reason, 2 words really: the Grand Underground. This place has everything to keep you playing for hours, if not days. The digging minigame, it's flawless and there's not a joke in there. It really is perfect in my opinion. The bases do feel rushed and could do more, but it's a nice touch, and it's a nice thing to be able to customize the statues too. And the Pokemon you can find in here are just crazy! All the starters as wild Pokemon, I have wanted this since I was a kid. And if I ever touch this game again, it's because of this place. It is the one saving grace, and if you want my best tip about how to enjoy this game, rush the campaign, ignore everything, just so you can spend all the time you can here. Now, you don't even need to connect with others to use it, but if you decide to do so, there are really no cons. And the Diglett collection minigame makes it easy to get the rarest statues in there, so yeah, fun. Okay, rant over. I personally won't touch these games again, though maybe I'll beat Shining Pearl as a Nuzlocke, but not anytime soon. That's my opinion with the new remakes. They were exhausting, and if I'm being honest, I had the 50 hours 1 week after the game was out. I just didn't make the video before because I felt really bad with these games. They really took a toll on me, and I just wish that Legends Arceus it's good. Or else I'll probably change my view on the whole Pokemon series. And along with that, the future of the channel. Now, I won't go anywhere, but I would change focus. Anyhow, let's not focus on that right now. What you can do is like, share and subscribe. And if you're interested, I started streaming on Twitch too. I'll leave the links in the description, and if you excuse me, I really need a break before another video. It'll be a new safari, by the way.